I believe very strongly the deterrent not to do bad thing, bad karma or any sin, these deterrents cannot be external, cannot be from scriptures, because people easily forget all these things and they end up just getting pushed and kicked into the rages and the urges which arise in the mind. They end up doing a stuff which they never wanted to do. So that's why when you do anything unethical, irreligious, illegal, immoral, you will regret. And you will have a huge fear stone lying in your mind. And that's the one of the reason that those who are in crime world, very soon they end up being an alcoholics, because it is the only liquor which numbs their brain, which puts them into such a stupor that they won't think about what they did. So the active thinking of the mind is put to a stop. So one thing common with all the criminals is that they will use some kind of alcohol or some kind of intoxicant, because that's the only way to have a good sleep. Otherwise, how will they sleep? The sense of wrong and right, if is not there, then maybe this won't apply on such people, but then such people are no more humans, they are more like animals. They had a urge to kill someone, they killed. They had urge to steal, they did the theft. They had the urge to loot somebody, they looted. They had urge to rape a woman, they raped. And if they are acting just on their urges, which are coming so strong like a tsunami, and they are not even thinking even once what will be the consequence, then I don't consider them as humans. Then they are just animals. So if the law of the jungle says that if a tiger kills a deer, then the tiger won't be prosecuted. But why did you kill the deer? Or a lion kills a wolf. Nobody is going to arrest a lion that you have done something wrong. So by section 302, you will be penalized. But if a human does this, then sure, our police will arrest the person and the case will be registered and will be taken to the courts for due punishment. Why do we have courts? Why do we have police system? Why do we have army? Because that's the only deterrent from stopping people from doing the nasty things. See, I think so. Just last year in France, there was this rioting which happened. Whole Paris was burning. So many buildings were burnt. So many shops were looted. And people were taking away the television sets and running in the streets, and they are carrying the refrigerators from the shops, and they're looting the jewelry and clothes. And it seemed like, is it France? How come? Such a sophisticated country of elite sensibilities and connoisseurs are there. And how come they're behaving like that? This happened in US. Rioting happened, people just broke the gates of the mall and all the stuff was stolen, from jewelry to electronics to clothes to shoes to food. How come America is such a developed country and nobody can, it was not a poor country or an underdeveloped country. It's a very modern, developed, and such a strong country. And yet, when the rioting happened, the humans were behaving like petty criminals. So, this means the tendency of crime is there in all humans because the greed, the lust, the urges are there. The biggest crime in the name of in the wars or in a war torn zone which happens is most of the time on the women are getting raped. Wars in these unruly times, all the gates are opened, there is no scale of morality, and there is nobody who is going to check. There is no accountability. Hence, the rapes are happening, loots are happening, murders are happening. What whatever was illegal, immoral, is being conducted, is being committed by all these so-called citizens of sane countries. So very soon, every government will try to put a brake on this rioting. So shoot out order or this or that. They will use all the ploys to bring a stop to this rioting, because rioting, all those so-called good religious people, they are behaving like animals. Where did that sense of religion go away? I'm going to name or shame any one particular religion. I'm saying all those people who seem to be very religious, oh, they do all irreligious stuff in the name of riot, in the name of war. So I always say this, that's the truth of humanity. They seem to be very sensible and disciplined and controlled and religious. Give them a chance and see how the havoc will be loosened up, and so much of destruction is going to happen. So, to stop the humans to behave in an animal way, every country, every society makes certain rules and laws, right? So, the fear of punishment is the biggest deterrent. Fear of hell is another biggest deterrent. That if you do these sins, if you do these things, then you will end up in a hell. So, no, I don't want to go to hell. So, don't do this. The 10 Commandments are very famous. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not speak a lie. And more or less, most of the religions are talking about similar 10 or maybe 20 or maybe 50 commandments. But the real deterrent can only be your own conscience. But the conscience is something which needs to be nurtured and cultivated. If that has not been done, well, the person will never have sense of right or wrong. They will never do. They cannot be expected to be truthful. Cannot be at all.